right, we're here.
Yay.
It only took us
We got our shit together, kind of.
Yeah, so welcome back. It's been a little while. We've been on summer fun things. We've been to Temptations and the beach, and I don't know, you've been around.
Dude, I've been working. I'm fucking tired.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I've done nothing.
You bought a house.
Oh, yeah, I bought a house.
Yeah.
I guess it's something.
Yeah.
It's progress in one direction.
Fun adult things.
Yes. None of that is true. Anyways, so today we have on someone that we mentioned the last 2 episodes ago.
Oh, good memory, because I was...
Yeah, because last we did Pride, where we talked about slideshows and coming out to your friends via slideshows, and that was Miss Nadia. So welcome to the show, Nadia.
Thank you. Well, I can't really take full credit because my presentation was not on swinging.
That
was John's presentation.
What was yours on?
Mine was on the Dyatlov Pass.
I'm sorry, what?
It's this like conspiracy of these hikers that like in Russia, who like expert hikers, they were all found just dead in mysterious ways.
Just the wind?
Yeah, so like this group of hikers, like nobody heard from them for weeks.
I remember this story.
Yeah, and then somebody found their camp and they were all like
naked, weren't they?
Yeah, like naked or shoeless. And this is like in the winter, like there's snow on the ground, or I don't know if it was winter, but there was snow.
Because I think the theory was that there was hypothermia and that's why they were all naked, I think.
So there are a lot of crazy theories about what happened, but nobody like fully knows. They think it was some kind of like freak avalanche thing. But I just love a conspiracy theory. So I did this. Yeah. So I mean, they were like, some were in a tree, some had their head, like some were scattered around it looked like there was a Bigfoot situation or
Maybe it
something. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that was my presentation. But John's presentation was he presented it as bridges. And the first slide was a swinging bridge.
Okay.
And then the text that he like presented it that way, and then the text was, it's actually about swinging.
Fun. How long had you been in the lifestyle before deciding to do this presentation?
It was probably a couple of years.
Okay.
Probably 2 years, I want to say. The memory is a little fuzzy because this was a while ago. But yeah, our friends were like really excited, mind blown.
Really?
Yeah. And they were like, they're good friends. They were really open, very curious, asked a lot of questions. And it was a fun, like, opening. Like, it never got weird.
Yeah.
You know, we were very particular about who we would tell.
Yeah.
Like, you know that there are just some friends that
you just can't
tell. You can't tell. But these friends were great. And yeah, it was a fun night.
What made you guys like go, this is the day we're doing this?
I don't know. I think we were so excited at the time and we wanted to tell select friends. And it just seemed like a good opportunity. Like we've been talking about telling them for a while, and then you're like, oh, well, this is an educational presentation kind of thing. And the reason we were doing slideshows is because it was something that they had done during COVID when they were like, it was just the two of them at home, and like they were looking for ways to entertain themselves. They would they would research the most random things and then present them to.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have our kids do that.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a fun thing. And then they get to research a little, like learn something new about a random topic.
One of our episodes could be a slideshow for you guys on something.
John did send me the copy of their
we do need to show some people that. Yeah. But so I guess let's go backwards, all the way back. Like, what got you and John into lifestyle?
Yeah. So Daddy and Julia.
Oh, shocking.
This goes back to them every damn time.
So we met Daddy and Julia before they were in the lifestyle.
Okay.
We just happened to meet randomly at a bar. We thought they were super cool. We exchanged numbers. We had just moved to Houston at the time. And then the funny thing is that I was completely I'm like very innocent, whatever. John, as we were leaving the bar, John was like, they're swingers.
But they weren't yet.
No, they weren't yet. And I was like, no, they're not. Also, that's not a thing. Like, nobody does the fishbowl thing anymore. I'm like, totally
It's just in
not.
movies.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not a thing. Well, then we became good friends with them. And I want to say somewhere between 6 and 9 months later, they come out and tell us that they've recently had this experience, and they just started sharing more and more about it. You know, that you guys know, like that new, exciting, like we want to do all the things and it's super sexy. And so they started telling us every time they would have an encounter that, you know, so we were those friends that we just like kept asking more and more questions. And then we became a little curious as
one does.
As one does. It's just like, it was so exciting. And finally and that's where, before we got into it, that's where we came up with that term funfetti.
Okay.
Because we were the funfetti friends.
Gotcha.
We weren't fully vanilla, but we were like, you know,
testing the water,
asking questions, thinking
yeah.
about it. Yeah. And so we finally, one night, with Daddy and Julia, we were just like hanging out at our house, and we just started making out on the couch.
One thing leads to another.
One thing leads to another. And it was so exciting.
Yeah.
It was like super sexy. And after that, and I know you guys have talked about this, like after that, John and I just had this intense like reconnection,
right?
Where it's like, oh my God, I would feel like newlyweds
again. It's the most
Yeah.
bizarre, like unexpected. You would think the opposite would happen, and maybe it does for couples that maybe aren't as strong or whatever. But that was, even just us talking about it was like so much more attraction towards each other. It was crazy.
Yeah, like we had not had sex in the kitchen in I don't know how long, and it happened. You know, it was like that kind of thing. It was just, so it was super exciting. So then we started going on the apps and like meeting more people, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Yeah. What has been, I guess, some of your most fun experiences? Your best, worst stories? I don't know. Give it to me all.
I've already heard some of these.
Yeah.
Do you know what she would say? Do you know?
I have predictions on. I know probably the worst one.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Okay, I can tell that one too. Well, first, the best one was a group of us rented a house in Edo.
Oh yeah.
And had a big house party. And let me tell you, this house was set up for like a swinger party. I mean, there was a hallway of beds of just like, I think it was like 4 on each side.
What?
And and just like lots of fun surfaces and just like decorations and stuff. And that was so much fun.
Was it just a random, like, hey, we're just gonna rent a house one night, or was it for like a special like New Year's type thing?
Oh no, it was Valentine's. Well, it was
I love it.
It ended up being Valentine's Day weekend because it was Yuri. Like y'all brought in the freeze.
Yes, it was right. The sinners we brought in. That was right before the big Texas freeze.
Oh,
that week. Yeah, but no, it was just like I don't think like Valentine's Day really had anything to do with it. It just like
happened to be.
It just happened
around that time.
Yeah. But that was really fun. We also went on a vacation with Daddy and Julia and a couple of their friends and met up. It was in Napa. Ooh. And the whole weekend, it wasn't all like just swinging stuff, but that was really fun. You know, it was a good combination. It was fun, like when we would go out in public to like tastings and stuff that switch around and you could just see the.
I still love that. It's like my favorite thing.
That is seriously one of my favorite. Or even just like being with someone and someone comments like, "Oh, you and your husband." You're like, "Yeah, that's not my husband." Like,
and just watch the wheels start turning. Yeah, that was really fun. Probably one of my. Probably worst experiences was nothing bad happened. It just wasn't great for me. But it was White Linen Night.
Okay.
And we had invited this couple. Julie and Daddy were hosting a party because they live very close to 20th. So we were there. We invited this couple over. He was about our age. She was significantly younger.
Okay.
Which is not a problem. She actually ended up being very mature, really like a really cool person. But I remember they both got super drunk.
Okay.
she was able to hold it together, with the exception of she did like yell in a group, like room full of people, like, where's my boyfriend? He better not be fucking Nadia.
No, oh my God.
In like a room full of vanilla people. And I think everyone just chalked it up to like, oh, she's drunk. Yeah. But that was not
fun,
great. Yeah, not fun.
Okay.
But that night when we went to swap, she was still functional, he was not. And he still very much tried to be functional.
Fun.
And so there was a lot of him trying to fold it up and smush it in. And I kept encouraging him, like, hey, let's do something else, And what I should have done is, this was like a regret. I should have just gotten more involved with John and like the other two, and like just kind of made it a focus of that, because they were having a great time.
Oh, yeah. And you don't want to, I mean, and again, you don't want to like take away from like, you can't have fun just because this didn't happen. But
no. I wanted him to have fun.
Yeah, you want them to have fun, but you want to have fun too. So
yeah.
Like, oh, man.
So it was a little bit like, that
Did you still talk to them?
No.
Did you ever after that?
I think we talked a little bit, and to be honest, I think we're still like friends on Snapchat. Not that I really interact with either of them much. I think John did interact with her a bit after that, and still occasionally like get snaps from her. But yeah, no, not really. It was an unfortunate situation because I was very attracted to him, and I was like looking forward to it, and then I think he was just really nervous. Which happens a lot.
Yeah, which is something we want to talk more about. So yeah,
and actually, like that was something that I kind of wanted to talk about too. Was that the pressure to perform, especially with guys, like with girls, we can fake it.
Yeah,
but guys cannot.
No,
and so you would be really surprised how common it is for guys to use what's
Viagra?
Viagra. Thank you.
I know. I was going Zoloft.
Or the tea shot, the tea tree. What's the shot called?
There's a shot.
Oh yeah, there's a shot like where they inject. Oh no, I know.
Yeah, like a penis pump.
Yeah, it's just a shot.
Yeah, no.
Guys.
But yeah, I think that I think a lot of guys like have that pressure to perform, and if they're not able to get hard, then they maybe feel like a failure, or there's something wrong with me, or like I've got this hot girl or guy, or this hot scenario. Why can't I get hard? Well, it's like super common.
Yeah.
And John actually got a prescription when we got into the lifestyle. John got a prescription for Viagra.
Hey, listen, if anybody wants some penis pills, Gianni signed up for like the Amazon like subscription.
Oh, nice.
And for 2 years he gets them on a regular basis, and he does not use them but like once a month. Yeah. And so we have bottles upon bottles. I'm like, stop the damn prescription, because we just get bottles and bottles of whatever it's called, Cialis or whatever it is.
I'm like, subscribe and save, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have a lifetime supply, so if anybody needs them. But it is very common. And to your point, it doesn't help to add alcohol, which is what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And I think I've talked about it before. Like when you are new in the lifestyle, you are nervous, so you tend to drink a lot. And especially like going to the clubs, it's like, oh, you're so nervous. So I'm always like, hey, if you're new in the situation, like watch your alcohol. You will very quickly and unknowingly overserve yourself because you're just anxious and nervous. And it's common, but just be very aware of that.
It's like a nervous tick, just like needing something to
hold,
like, or
oral fixation.
100%. But it is, way more common than people think, because you would think, oh man, that person's hot. Why would you not? It's like, there's a lot of pressure there.
Has Declan ever used?
Oh yeah, he has the same prescription.
Yeah, same prescription. Gianni is like, I'm bringing an extra one for Declan. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
he uses them every now and then. Again, it's not very often, but he's like, I'm just gonna take it just in case.
And that's what it is. Even it's like, I don't know that Gianni actually needs them, but he's like, I'm gonna take it just so I don't get in that scenario where it happens. I'd rather just be prepared and it be working and not have to worry about it. And I think even just mentally, like taking
it's like a placebo.
Yeah. I think you could give them placebos and then I'll be like, I took it, so I'm fine. And then it just, that anxiety goes away. But I cannot imagine. And I never, ever feel like bad, like
No.
I would never shame someone or be like, oh, we're never doing this again because of that. Because God, I can't imagine.
Absolutely
for
not.
sure. But
I definitely, I mean, I definitely don't take it personally either.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Which was hard at first. I mean, I remember the first time it did happen, I was like, was there something wrong with me? Like,
are you not attracted to me?
Because it was why would they not? So it's all an emotional roller coaster for sure.
It's amazing what just like your brain does. Like, I mean, your brain and your body will sometimes just say, well, fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't care what you want. We're not doing it.
You want to have fun?
Nope, not today.
Not today.
So what is you and John's dynamic then? Has it changed at all since y'all started the lifestyle or been pretty consistent?
It's changed. And we actually we got out of the lifestyle for a while. We're still kind of not fully back into it. Just we had some life changes and decided to just take a break, and we had a baby, and we're eventually we want to get back into it, but
was it hard to just stop? Because we didn't join lifestyle till after kids and stuff, and so we haven't gotten to the point of there's no life change that we're we need to pause, and in relationship we haven't needed to pause either. But you guys consciously, especially for the kid part, we're taking a break from lifestyle to have a kid. This is a decision we are making. Was that hard?
It was, but it wasn't. It was because it was fun. But at the same time, it felt natural to take a break. I didn't really want to be doing things when I was pregnant.
Hey, listen, there's a fetish for it.
There is. I know.
You would have gotten.
I know. But yeah, I just didn't have much interest at the time. And even now, a lot of lifestyle things happen in the evening. Most do. But I just don't have the energy to, it's hard when that baby is going to wake up in the morning. I can't really be out until 3 a.m. That just doesn't sound fun. So the idea of getting back into it and meeting people again and just hanging out in that sexy environment, yes, definitely would love to eventually, but just right now it's not practical.
And I know we've talked about all of my friends are lifestyle, and majority are yours.
Most,
yeah. Are yours mixed? Are they all one or the other? Is it just 50-50?
I don't know the exact split, but it is definitely mixed. The majority of people that we hang out on a regular basis are in
lifestyle.
In lifestyle, which is fun. It's fun to just hang around the people and hear the stories and live vicariously through you guys.
And still be a little flirty and fun.
And still be flirty. Exactly. And we've talked to a lot of we've met some new people since being out of the lifestyle, and they're totally okay with just being flirty. And, we've told them hey, we're not really in it right now, but, we love just
meeting people.
Meeting
the
people.
mindset of it.
Yeah. And we want to hear all about the things, and we want to flirt, but we're not doing anything. Right
Which
now.
I say it all the time. Sometimes it's just as fun.
Yeah.
There are so many times, even when we were Temptations, Gianni and I are both on the last day, we're let's see who can be the biggest hoe. And I was I don't really want to sleep with anybody. I wanted to make out with everybody in the pool, and I did a good job of making my way through the pool. But I was I just want to flirt and make out, and that's just as fun for me most of the time.
For me, that's almost more fun.
It is.
It's because it has to do with the attention, and there's not the deep attachment kind of thing, or it's just it's light, it's fun, it's
and let's
sexy.
be real, a good makeout session in the pool with a stranger is super fun, but sex can be very let down sometimes. And so if you have this built up, I'd rather just keep that fantasy of oh, that could have been so much fun had we gone back. Just keep that in my mind forever instead of the we go back and I'm very disappointed and this time
and then your interaction with that person, your view of that person, the interaction, it just change. Versus keeping it sexy and exciting of oh, what could be.
So are you guys only couple swaps? So true swinger?
Yeah. We had our rules that we had together were we always play together. Most of the time in the same room. Although sometimes we would be in separate rooms, and that was okay. As long as we talk to each other beforehand, or just like mention like,
communicated
hey,
about it.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we never did like the hot wife or hot husband thing.
Do you think I would like it?
I don't know.
No.
I'm open to the idea. And I've definitely talked to John about like him going and hot husbanding, like that. I would be fine with it. I don't know. It
But
was
it's not
always
like a
just
desire.
not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just for us the fun was always doing it together. And then being able to have that debrief after, and then there's like you've talked about the playtime after, like it's always so hot when you've done something together, you've had that joint experience. It's really connecting.
Yeah.
Versus I could see like if you go and have your own experience, like that's fun for you, definitely fun, but then you don't have that same connection. And for us, that's what it was. It was always about enriching the relationship and bringing that extra spark of fun, because we've been together for a long time.
How long?
Gosh, we have been together for 16 years.
Okay. So was it at the like 10-year mark that y'all started this? Because I have this theory.
It's the 10-year mark.
It's something about that like 10-ish year mark.
It was a little after that.
Okay.
I think for us it was in 2018.
Okay.
And we okay, no, it was less than 10. Yeah, so it was about like 7 years then.
Okay.
Yeah, I think mine was, I was trying to do the math on mine. 2012 to 2019. So yeah, 7 years in for me too.
Okay. It was 10 for you?
It's the new 7-year
10-ish. Yeah.
This
Well,
new
now I
7
guess
year.
it was about 9-ish.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll just call it 7 to 10.
7 to 10 years is the time frame that
the sweet spot.
That's when you should start talking about swinging in your marriage.
Well, it was always a red flag for me when we would see a couple on one of the apps that like they either weren't married or they were like they tell us that they've only been together for like a year or something. I like this is
okay, but what's happening now?
The only exception I totally agree. We've met engaged couples or just dating, and all of them are now not together that I know of. At least the ones that we still kind of like see or whatever. On the socials. The only exception that I would say to that is we've met couples who like individually they were lifestyle previously. And so then meeting each other, they're already in the lifestyle. And I'm like, that I can understand exploring from the get-go because it's been part of your life for X amount of years or whatever. And so you go into the relationship because I talk about that, or I've said it to Gianni. I'm like, if anything ever happened to you, like, I'm like, if you passed away or something, God forbid, I probably would never go back to a monogamous relationship.
It would be hard.
It's part of my lifestyle. And that's part of our lifestyle. And I wouldn't want him to either.
Yeah.
And so that's the only exception is like, people who come from that background,
right.
I can understand dating or being in it.
But I think also you have to have, in order for it to work, you have to have a really strong, solid relationship.
First,
because if there are any cracks in the relationship,
blown wide open.
Wide open. Yeah. I mean, you have to be so communicative with your partner. You have to be so open about you, and you have to set like rules. Yeah. Even though rules are not sexy, that is what I think preserves the experience and the relationship. So yeah, if like somebody, even if the couple were separately in the lifestyle before, I think you still have to be very much like on the same page.
Great point.
Sometimes if you haven't been with that person for long enough, or you're like, or you don't have that rock, you're still working through things.
That's a great point. Yeah.
I'm curious about, so we have a baby. Obviously baby doesn't understand any of the things.
Language.
Yeah. But I'm curious how you both navigate having older kids.
Yeah.
Of like how you talk about it around them, or what if they find out? I'm super curious how you navigate it.
Yeah.
With older kids.
I've never really I mean like the not safe for work stuff, like obviously they're not around for. But I've also never really avoided talking about it with the kids. They know that a lot of our friends are very, very close to us, and I've seen us like hug and even like peck on the mouth, and like they're used to that kind of thing. They just think that that's to steal. I don't know what he wants to be called. To steal. Anyway, I talked to him about it, and I asked him because he's got one of our friends, he's got an older kid, and I was like, does he have any idea what's going on? And our friend goes, no, he just thinks this is how adults interact.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, that's pretty much how my kids are. I think they just think that this is how adults interact. My older daughter ended up at one point, like, apparently came home or had told me she'd been at school, and she was telling me a story about a boy in her class who said that boys and girls can't be friends. And my daughter kind of like, she bellied up to him. She was like, yes, they can. My mom has a lot of boyfriends. And like, I heard from the teacher on that one too. She thought it was funny. It wasn't like oh, hey, I heard this. She just was like, this was a really funny quip that your daughter, was telling one of her friends today. And I was like, okay, I mean, sure. She's not wrong.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to some of my closer ones, she has noticed. She's like, oh, you like that one better than this one, or, whatever it may be. And I'm like, well, it's a really weird way of putting it, but, from your perspective, I can see how you got there.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't see it as anything weird. Like, and my youngest, I don't think she really recognizes anything.
Yeah. She's a little young.
But I mean, we do keep we don't make out in front of them, and we don't do anything weird in front of them for sure.
I don't know the weird part,
but I mean, we're all weird.
No, and I think we're very similar in that we don't necessarily censor what we say in front of our kids. Obviously, we're not going to be like talking about right. But like we talk about the club in front of our kids, and and honestly, I just don't think they listen half the time. And if they are, they haven't started asking questions, and I'm not opposed to them asking questions because. And we've talked about this before, is I don't think we're doing anything wrong, right? And so if our kids come up and go, hey, I heard you saying something, about this with someone and that didn't make sense because of daddy mommy situation, then we'll just talk to them about it and just be open about, hey, we have friends, and I don't know how we'll actually like come out to them about it, but it's not anything we're trying to hide either. So we don't censor a lot of things. I know Gianni gets a little upset sometimes. He's like, man, we need to stop talking so much about XYZ in front of the kids. And I'm like, they're not listening half the time anyways.
Yeah. And they're still so young that they may not even know what a lot of the words mean.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, and we've also talked about this before a while ago, a long time ago, of if our kids find out and we talk to them about it, this is mommy and daddy's choice to do this. This has nothing to do. If you don't want to do this, if you want a monogamous relationship, like that's your choice. Like there's lots of different ways to love people, and this is how we choose to do it.
And that's kind of important for me too, because I was brought up with under the whole like Christian guise of like you get married once and you don't get divorced and you never have eyes for anybody else, and being around the opposite sex is like a sin and da 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 da. And like, I feel like if I had known more about all of the different type of relationship dynamics earlier, that I would have made different life choices throughout my life, And so like, I discovered a lot of this stuff. It took me a long time, it took me years. So I want the kids to grow up knowing that, like, hey,
there's not
monogamy. Yeah, there's not one right way. Like monogamy.
That there are more options, and to be open to more options. Because I mean, you heard my story about John, saying that, oh, I think they're swingers, and I'm like, oh, that's not a thing.
Yeah,
like it's good to, I think, expand your horizon of what like a relationship is and also what sexuality is. I think a lot of us grew up with the like classic, it's like sexuality is you are straight or you are gay. And then as we got a little older, there is maybe something in between, but the reality is that sexuality is a spectrum. It's a huge spectrum, and you can be anywhere on that spectrum.
And it can change.
Exactly. And you could be into like one thing in one scenario, not in another. Like,
we talk about the girls. Like, I'm not into girls. Like, as a blanket statement, not into girls. But there are one or two girls that I'm like,
yeah, and you can appreciate somebody else's attractiveness, without necessarily being like sexually attracted to them, or like wanting to do something with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or
Any other questions for us?
Ooh.
Sounded like you had come prepared for that.
That was something that I was curious about now, like having a child of my own. I'm like, how do they navigate that? Because there was when we were still active, we matched with a couple who ended up being a much older couple. And they actually had kids who were like, at the time, 5 or 6 years younger than us.
Oh wow!
Like,
yeah.
Like they and I don't remember if they like lied about their age on the app or if it was it was a range that they listed and they were at the upper end of the range. I don't know. Anyway, but as we started talking with them, turns out they like were kind of ambassadors for the lifestyle, and they were telling us about how, oh yeah, our kids our kids are like in their 20s and they know all about it and they love it, and like we talk about them all the time.
We're gonna have to debrief after this.
Okay, yeah. But at the time I was like, I don't know how I feel about like coming out to my kids and telling them all about, because I just don't necessarily want my kids to like know all about my sexual exploits, period.
Yeah.
I want them to be open and like know about all the sex things, and
but
I
nobody wants to know what their parents are doing in bed.
Yes,
even
exactly.
with their own husband, wife, spouse.
No.
But it is. We've met many couples who it's hell no, our kids will never know. It's the biggest secret. And then we met others who are like, oh yeah, they're also lifestyle. We have to be careful not to like see them out. You know?
Oh gosh.
So we've met the variety and range, the range. Of them. So it's it's just whatever works for you and your family and for your relationship that matters. But I think we are at, I can't even see the time, but I think it's 30. Perfect. Awesome. So we will go ahead and wrap up. Any last minute things you want to tell the people?
Oh, I don't know. I think one thing I didn't mention was like how I got the name Nadia.
Oh, how did you? I don't know.
Oh, I do know this story. Okay.
Yeah. So kind of through the lifestyle, like that opened me up to more like sexy experiences. And so I actually started doing a little like artsy modeling, like kind of nude and half nude modeling for a local artist. And we would like rent out a hotel room, and he would have like nothing sexual happen between us, but like he would make these intricate like harness things and like
a lot of shibari
kind of thing, and we would do like bathtub scenes with like who get like fresh flowers and stuff, and or there was one where he like covered me in glitter.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so cool, and it was such a fun experience. And so he made me an Instagram account that unfortunately is no longer active. I know.
I talked to him recently, and I was like, "Why the hell did you delete all of the things?"
I know he's been sending me some that he has stored that he finds, but yeah, we kind of named me Nadia.
I love it.
And that's how I got the name.
If you're open to sharing those pictures, those could be the album cover, and we'll put them on the Instagram.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think the people would love to see.
Yeah. I love those photos, and I wish that he was still. I'll have to reach out to see if he wants to like do more.
Yeah, he does. I talked to him like literally 3 days ago, and I was like, I would like to do something again.
Yeah. The one that I like that I see advertised on Instagram all the time, or I don't know if it's advertised or is the like. It's basically all black and silhouetted, but then you have like neon paint dripping down. Just the silhouette of your body is like paint. Yes. Oh, I'm like, I want to do that. So bad. I think it'd be so fun. I think Julia has some like that actually.
Yeah, it's like it was made to look like motor oil.
Yeah.
And I can't remember I think it was chocolate sauce.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, the one that she used. I think it was Hershey's.
Yeah, it was, but such a cool experience. And the glitter thing, like we did together too. So I think she was gold and I was silver.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, if we can find those pictures, we'll.
I remember the gift.
Please put them in our group chat. Jeez.
Yeah.
But it is true. I mean, we talked about on the body positivity episode of how much art, like for me, it's too like just all of a sudden I'm like, yes, I'm open to all of these different things of exploring my body and how it moves and all the things and taking all the pictures.
Yeah, all the pictures.
Take 1,000 nude pictures.
Oh, Moira Rose.
Moira, yes.
R.I.P.
I hear that all the time in my head. I'm like, yes, more pictures.
Yes, Moira, I will do this.
Yes. But awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on, Nadia.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was a ton of fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you on again. Yeah. And I know coming up we have some newbies from Louisiana that want to be on next week. So we'll be interviewing them. You know them. And they just went to Temptations with us.
Oh, okay. I was like, I do?
Yeah, they're not really new anymore, I guess. Look, I don't know what qualifies new, but Valentine's Day was their first club with us. And then we're going to have the owners of Rain back on, and somebody else just reached out. So we got a lot of people lined up, and thank you guys for continuing to follow. And we're back. We took our little 2-week hiatus to go have some fun, but we're back, and we'll be pumping out lots of new episodes. So thanks for following. Keep sharing, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.